Yo, Havik Nation has arrived. Welcome to Pause and Rewind, because that's just what we do here. Listen, Dax then dropped a new one on us. It's called Eternity. This is super recent. It looks like he actually took the original video down. I think he said the audio was compromised, so he had to take it down and re-upload it. So I didn't get to catch it when he dropped it the first time. So this is up. It's only been up for 3 hours. So we checking it out, man. I think the last Dax joint I did, I don't even remember. But we've done a couple of Dax on this channel. We've done Dax and Tom McDonald together and stuff like that. So we're going to keep the Dax train going. He almost has 6 million subscribers, I think. So, we got to show some love for Dax. And he always drops gems, man. He don't really miss. And obviously those To Be a Man joints and the Mega remix and the one with Darius Rucker, those were huge. Those were some of my favorite songs of 2023. So again, Dax always brings it, man. So we're gonna check out Eternity. No idea what this one is about, but knowing Dax, I'm sure it's got some type of message, man. So we're gonna check this out. Havik Nation, are you ready? Let's go. This is our beautiful planet.
And when you really examine the concept of eternity, one will find that there is no end. Life after death is a concept humans still don't understand.
How long is eternity? I don't understand. Some say forever, but if it's forever, then when does it come to an end? It's more than a concept, an infinite time that we spend. It confirms that our lives here on earth are a blip of existence and don't make a dent. As we get older, it creeps in our mind, the thought of the end and beginning of time. The life that we thought that we lived doesn't matter, approaching the thought that someday we all die. I get confused when I look in the sky. What is this water hitting my eyes? Maybe the rain is the pain and shame that hits earth when God cries. As we get older, we don't care what we did. It's not the things we receive, but the things we give. We try to go back to the time we were kids, but those shoes no longer fit. And then we finally realize that everyone dies, but not everyone lives.
That's a quote I've heard a number of times, particularly in music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dies, right? But not everybody lives. There's a lot of people who just don't know how to live. And there's a difference. Like, just walking around breathing ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Actually living. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody lives, but everybody does die. So these visuals are crazy already, man. I mean, look at this right here. What? Oh my goodness.
Earth are a blip of existence and don't make a dent. As we get older, it creeps in our mind, the thought of the end and beginning of time. The life that we thought that we lived doesn't matter, approaching the thought that someday we all die. I get confused when I look in the sky. What is this water hitting my eyes? Maybe the rain is the pain and shame that hits earth when God cries. As we get older, we don't care what we did. It's not the things we receive, but the things we give. We try to go back to
I got the same bachelors.
Time we were kids, but those shoes no longer fit. And then we finally realize that everyone dies,
Look at that.
but not everyone lives. So I'm taking a chance. I'm living my life in the moment and not in a future that's not in my hands. I'm giving my time to the people who love me for everything that I am. I'm living my life in reality, not for a post that they'll tap when they open the gram. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not gonna
not for a post that they'll tap when they open the gram. Hey, I'm just living in the moment, man. I'm just living in the moment. This is listen, especially this day and age, that's what a lot of people don't know how to do anymore. You know what I mean? It's almost not their fault, right? The technology and things like that are crazy. I mean, it's almost like these things were designed to take you out of moments. You know what I mean? And these applications that people follow, and then you create a new one, you know, when this one gets old and you just got another one to replace that one. And everything is like literally to take you out of the moments that we were used to like just living in and appreciating and understanding and things like that. And nowadays you just kind of lose all of that. And even people that were used to kind of living in the moment because we didn't have all of these other things that were clear design distractions, it's easy for us to get caught up in that too, because that's the new age. That's like where things are going. I mean, look at this right here. This girl, oh my God. I mean, there's a homeless guy, right? She's giving him money, right? I mean, she is giving the money, but she's doing it for clicks. She's doing it for likes. She's doing it for attention and recognition. She's not actually doing it out of the kindness of her heart. You know what I mean? She's just sitting there posing, taking a picture. Like, that stuff does drive me crazy. And it's a thin line, man, because there are a lot of people out there who are doing great things out of the kindness of their heart. And it's also being recorded. You know, and some people are like, well, you know, if you're really doing it out of the kindness of your heart, why would you record it? Blah, 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 blah. Listen, it's about the person. You can tell when somebody has good intentions and when somebody doesn't have good intentions. I love actually seeing the good intention videos. So I like that it's recorded, especially for some of these people. I would never know that they're doing it. And sometimes it's nice to know because you know more about that person. You see they're out there doing good. And then it inspires a lot of other people to try to do something similar. You know, the whole pay it forward thing. Like if I didn't see, you know, or know about the person in front of me paying it forward, in that moment, I might not be inspired to do the same for the next person that I encounter, right? So it helps to know. But again, you got to know, you know, and feel and be able to dissect the intentions of the person. You should be able to tell whether or not they're good. This girl back here, you can tell her intentions ain't good. She's literally posing for the gram, so to speak. Right? So that's what Dax is talking about here, man. Just living in the moment. I'm tired of thinking about what tomorrow is going to bring because I have no control on whether or not tomorrow even comes. And this is my thought process. This is how I am a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, look, I ain't even thinking about that. I'm living right now. You know what I'm saying? And just let what will be. But yeah, it's interesting to see how things play out over time and how things have changed and stuff like that, man. It's crazy.
Life in reality, not for a post that they'll tap when they open the gram. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not gonna dwell on my past mistakes. I'm bridging the gap between my dreams and what I see while I'm awake. They say leave it up to fate. Well, fate favors those who take. Cause if eternity's forever and all this is temporary, why wait? Humanity's lost. We obsess the price of material things, but at what cost? Then treat time like currency and spend it for applause because we think that life is just a game we can turn on and off. We build, we break, renew, replace.
I mean, look at that shot right here, man, right? You're just in this wheel chasing money, right? I mean, that's what all of us do, right? We just work and 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 work. And we work more than we don't work. Most of us, right? Just chasing money that we never really get because as soon as we get it, we owe this, we owe that, we're taxed this, bills that. You know what I mean? A lot of us live paycheck to paycheck, right? So you're just in this wheel. And then for some people, you're just in this wheel chasing money because you're greedy, you know? So even when you get that bag, you're still in that wheel because that bag wasn't enough for you, right? And he's in a wheel because it perpetuates a cycle and it just keeps going and going and going. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to kind of look at that or interpret that.
That life is just a game we can turn on and off. We build, we break, renew, replace. We 9 to 5 and count the days for 40 years till 65 and live off what our pension pays. We fall.
See, I just said that. Just 9 to 5, just all day, every day. My man sitting in the office, doing this, doing that. And then you just wake up the next day and do it again.
I've been counted days for 40 years till 65 and live off what our pension pays. We fall in line as mental slaves. Our bodies work, our minds are caged. And that's why people say the richest place you'll find is at the graves, full of hopes and dreams that people never chased, full of feelings that we felt but never got to say. All the thoughts inside our heads that we kept stored and locked away. As our age increased and we got old and everything decayed. And when we finally realized that our whole lives was not a game, and that time was a commodity that we could not regain, and that we were in control and there was no one else to blame, is the day that we change.
See? It's like you grow old, you get older, you get older, you get older. And then you look back and you realize 40 years done passed. 50 years done passed. And you're like, damn, what did I do with my life? Like, I could have did this. I could have appreciated that. I could have called so-and-so. I could have chased my dream here. I could have tried to do this. I could have invested in this. I could have took a chance on this. But like now it's too late. You know, Dax said, he said, like, time, you realize time was a commodity. Like it was an actual like thing to be cherished. And you didn't cherish it. You know, it's like, I'll do that next week. We'll try again next year. We'll try, right? When you talk like that, it really puts time in perspective. Do you really value time like that? Talking like that? I don't know. Right? A year is a long time, but it goes by like that. There's no proverb or old quote on time. An inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy an inch of time with an inch of gold. Time, as he said, is a valuable commodity, you know, and it's taken for granted over and over and over and over. And people don't realize how much time is passed until it's too late and you didn't get to do the things you wanted to do or appreciate the things you wanted to appreciate.
Age increased and we got old and everything decayed. And when we finally realized that our whole lives was not a game, and that time was a commodity that we could not regain, and that we were in control and there was no one else to blame, is the day.
Damn, dude.
That we change.
Woo! Just first of all, he delivered this. It's perfect timing with the lyrics, the beat and everything like that, but also this actor just delivering that sigh, right? Like, okay, right? This is the day that my life has changed forever, basically.
Is the day that we change.
Woo!
It's eternity, no way, no way. Eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way.
What are you doing with your time? What is your definition of happiness? Are you giving more than you're taking? And finally, if it were to all end right now, what are you holding on to that you need to let the world see?
What are you holding on to that you need to let the world see? What are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Man, that's a good song, man. And the visual too, just kind of, I think, amplifies the message that he's trying to send there, you know, and then titled it Eternity. You know, you're thinking about eternity, thinking about everlasting, thinking about things like that, but you ain't even living now yet. what are you going to do with an eternity? And you don't even really know how to handle a year very well. Right? So like, yeah, like what are you holding on to that you need to let the world see? What are you holding on to that you haven't shared yet? What are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Are you sitting on something that you shouldn't be sitting on? Are you procrastinating and pushing something off that you should be going for? Like, what are you doing with your time? You know, you're constantly trying to comprehend the beginning. What was here? How did we get here? Who was the first person? Whatever. Just trying to visually imagine it. Right? God's creation, Big Bang, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Envision it. Like literally flashback through your mind trying to envision the first person. We know there was a first person because we're here, right? So just you're trying to figure all of that out. We're looking all out in space and we're trying to figure this out. And then we're trying to understand what happens after life. We're trying to understand if there's anything here. We're trying to understand eternity. We done went from here all the way to here, but ain't really trying to figure out the in-between. And that's where we're failing. And that's the moment that we currently have. You know what I'm saying? And we're not even really doing that well. And we can be doing that a lot better, right? Just understanding and appreciating and utilizing our time. You know what I mean? Because none of us know when our clock is up. That man sitting in the office doing this, doing that, working hard, going to the bar, trying to drink his problems away. And then you go to the doctor and the doctor says, man, sorry, you got cancer. You got this, you got that. And you're like, damn. You know what I mean? That's a gut punch right there. And now from that day forward, everything is different for you. You know what I mean? But like, what have you done with your time up until that point? You know what I'm saying? Like, were there things that you could have done that you said, nah, I'll do that next year. Right? And now you might not have next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of understanding the time that we have is all you got. And you don't know when that's it. You don't know when that's up. You don't know when that's it. And, you just got to kind of, I guess, take every second and every minute that you have and appreciate it, man. Like, use it to your advantage. And don't take it for granted, you know what I mean? So, very cool song. Like I said, Dax always comes with some type of topic, subject, message, something like that. That's certainly relatable, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this one as well. And hopefully, this kind of, especially at the start of the new year, it's kind of perfect timing, right? People like to make resolutions and things like that, but it's also just like maybe puts in perspective things that you've been pushing off that you probably shouldn't be pushing off. You know what I mean? Go ahead, make it happen, put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? Show your work. Show your work. Tomorrow is not promised. You can't always think about tomorrow. You haven't even been given tomorrow yet. Tomorrow is a gift that not everyone is fortunate enough to have, right? Eventually, every single one of us will not receive a tomorrow. Every single one. So, yeah, I think this year, start thinking about your time and using it wisely. But anyway, shout out to Dax, man, for always coming through with important lyrics and things like that and putting into your work, man. My man is always dropping stuff. He's super consistent. So y'all go follow Dax if you haven't already subscribed to the homie. And I will see y'all next time. Havik Nation, be easy.
Yeah, they sleeping on us, bed, we wake 'em up. Cut my day ones off cause they was faking love. Had to change the recipe, my cake ain't baking up. Yeah, they sleeping on us, bed, we wake 'em up. Tryna take what's in my pocket la la